Sentinels and Karmine Corp. This Masters Madrid showdown was the most watched Valorant match of Masters history. With record-shattering numbers, both teams put on a show demonstrating how to play Lotus to maximum efficiency, suffocating pinches, gigabrain clutch masterclasses, and a broken weapon, the Odin. This monster of a weapon has slowly started terrorizing this map more and more. It's infected more rounds in this match than you might think. Maybe Riot needs to step in. This is the story of the most anticipated matchup in Valorant esports history. 5-7. Sentinels are up after coming off the favored attacking side of Lotus. Karmine Corp needed this pistol or risk putting themselves at an early 5-9 disadvantage. Their plan? Slam C. In their 4-1 split, Viper's job is to gather intel about what the defense are doing and relay that back to her team, influencing the pace in which they play. But the rest of her teammates are confident in their hit. So much so that Killjoy has armed herself with the Sheriff, ready to dry swing mound, as she should have the favorable duel. Now, in most defaults, Killjoy is the lurk, as she can hold space with her turret while her teammates work the map. So by showing herself first, the defense might be tricked into thinking she's just that, the lurk. But Sentinels are also trying to trick Karmine Corp. In their 3-1-1 setup, Viper, Fade, and Omen create a ton of fake pressure on A by hitting the door switch, haunting the run out, and one-waying A main. To the offense, this looks like a lot of people are contesting Rubble. Viper tells her team that the defense is stacking A, which gives them the false sense of security to keep progressing. But Sentinel's plan is to fight Mound. And despite only seeing Killjoy on this initial jump spot, I don't think that they're fooled.
You've got to be feeling good. Definite chances. Stay in the series. They have a chance of things here, but players are grouped up and they're meeting side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Prowler will it afford anything? Right into the face. There's a satchel. Martin, not even with a shorty, but he will go down. And Anna Swarm's tearing him to shreds.
Magnum peeks site solo to sell this lurk bait even harder, and then narrates Prowler attacked right as the defense all had their utility out ready to punish. Shin paranoid its target, and Martin followed, but tried to get out, but ended up being cooked alive in the nano that Zelsis threw at the last second. After spotting 3 defenders here, Karmine back off, tap the door to B, hoping that this sudden noise cancellation is enough to make the defense think that they've left. But here's the thing, Sentinel's turret is positioned to watch B, and that hasn't gone off yet. I mean, no one's checked on A in a bit, so John QT goes to check, but there just isn't enough reason for defenders to rotate off yet. But regardless, they confidently redeploy their lurk smoke and elect to re-hit.
Is still here. Like I said, players anchoring into the seaside. Zekian holding into the corner. What a peek. It's a Karmine Corp classic, and they've just got it. Look at themselves.
Sentinels never expected the offense to use their lurk smoke and send 2 through. Omen and Fade stayed back to pinch the site later, but even though the defense had a 3-stack, they got caught sleeping. Teets, why did Sentinels stack C though? If Karmine went A, they would have won. Well, Jimmy, Lotus has 3 sites, and you as the defense have 5 players. If you spread everyone out evenly, you're just going to get steamrolled by the attackers if they execute properly. But by heavy fighting A or C, you can at least hold on to some map control and have a solid read of where the defense are headed and have a better stack. But what Sentinels did was create the illusion that 3 or 4 players were A by opening this door and with this haunt when they really had 3 C. But Karmine handled this pressure well and won a crucial pistol round.
Really good about their chances. Doesn't have the tools for it. I mean, a lot of players, weak narrates, chooses to put an end to it. So, pistol round.
On the Rico, Sentinels actually stacked A this time, while Karmine went C. They fed Fade the plant, putting her at 4 ult points out of 8. Now, what a lot of teams have been doing is that they'll let whoever is closest to their ultimate farm these ecos, so that on the first full buy, they'll have a disgusting advantage. And honestly, you should do this in your ranked games. Stop using these free frags to stat pad. But to combat this, Sentinels played a big game of keep away and had mostly everyone die to the spike, not wanting to feed narrate free ult points. Now that brings us here, where Sentinels finally bust out the beast. This machine gun was born for this map, as most walls are made out of paper mache, and throughout the course of this game, you'll see this monster get value on each part of the map. But C-Site, especially with all this potential chip damage, is where Zelsis is going to feast. But both teams' game plans are a bit different. In Karmine's 2-2-1 spread, they're going to grab the orb C, clear front B, but eventually go through A. And Sentinels are actually starting 4 here this time, to secure this space. Both teams start the round by trading smokes. Shin teleports into his, and Narrate haunts above him. This new default allows Shin to block a potential one-way, but also take cover in his smoke, flashing anyone who's brave enough to shoot the scan. The dark cover also gives Narrate cover to grab an orb. Now with C and B both clear, Karmine Corp feel ready to head into stage 2 of their game plan. Fade, Raze, and Omen all group up and make their way towards A. But where'd everyone go? Well, like I said before, on Lotus, naturally you have to spread yourself thin, which can leave a lot of weak spots in your defense. But Sentinels aren't letting that happen, because as soon as Fade cleared the air with her Prowler, Tens, Zekken, and Sassy grouped up on B to get a real feel of where the offense was going. Plus, they smoke C to reinforce these two anchors. Now, the amount of time it would realistically take for an attacker to move up this area is about 12 seconds if they just knife out. So it's totally okay to take this risk and leave A open to bolster down the rest of the map, at least for these 12 seconds. So Sentinels move up B behind their Prowler. It tags Killjoy, but she puts it down. Now the offense one-way rubble, Haunt to clear it out, Teleport to break crosshair placement, Prowler past the toxic screen, and Sen are now convinced it's A with only 40 seconds left. Wanting to stay active, Sen put up their green wall and leak out to investigate.
Just 30 seconds. Rotate. No way. Don't know what gave that one away. Still, it's a kill.
Their Spacemaker is down, and Karmine's true game plan comes to fruition. When Raze died, Narrate and Tamazi pressured C with this lurk smoke they conditioned on Pistol. But then, with their teammates positioning on A, they pivot into B through door in secret, with their smoke covering their back. Karmine fled into B. But Sentinels are here! The offense have to stall this retake.
They're looking for it and expecting it. Out towards B. Smoke still up into heaven. What's the call going to be here? With only 15 seconds left, the chance really to try and fight them aggressively. Haunt broken, Boombot now, 11 seconds plan. Finally going down, but what is the fight? Yeah, right through. Sees, no connection. Second! Oh! The hopes and dreams torn away in this round. Shin wrapped and caught. Cheeky flank timing.
But Zellsis is also spamming this entire wall with his Odin in case anyone was up on these boxes. But every piece of utility and spam was in the perfect spot to ensure Karmine Corp didn't have anywhere safe to play on site. Flawless victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Forwards, dash it across here, sees nade, everything being combined. Shin surely goes down. He gets a kill on second.
How's that happened?
How has he managed that?
He was caught dead to rights inside the C's nade.
How did Shin survive this nade seize combo and then get a kill? The dude's gotta be a main character with that type of plot armor. But both teams have called for a ceasefire, not wanting to overcommit. Instead, Karmine Corp walk out of A after spotting 4, then sprint over towards C, thanks to the space Killjoy held for them. And now Sentinels are stuck at a crossroads. Karmine have cut noise and re-hit before, and B is so open that Fade doesn't really know what to do with it. But the one light in the darkness of this setup is this blender the Odin has over on C. Oh, wait a second. Shouldn't their Alarmbot be on B?
Very big gun and a lot of targets to really choose, and B down spotted.
Nice Jordan. Nice Jordan. Nice Jordan. We can reach
two more. Fade +1.
Let's win this for Jordan.
Alright, maybe you don't always need to have your bots spread out watching chokes. With how proactive Sentinels have been around the map, this allows Zellsis to be more flexible with his setups. This Alarmbot vulnerable Martine and enabled the Odin to shred him through this paper-thin ledge. But now, it's Narrate's turn. He posts up on Waterfall, ready to spam back at the retakers. But all of Sentinels are funneling through spawn. Magnum places his turret and tries to wallbang where a defender would break it from, but can't find anything.
He's hit 6, Omen's hit 70. Let's retake from spawn side.
Was KJ there? Yes.
He
turreted deep spawn.
Do you have orb?
Yes.
He threw orb here.
Oh well.
I want TP into it. Wait, I'll flash it. Rebirth turret.
You have dog.
Ready?
Dog.
Flashing.
Off dog.
You left.
Plus left.
Dog can go quick. They might push blind. Yep.
Backside one.
I mean. Throw the orb just right here. I'm gonna TP into it.
Okay.
Ready? Orb up. Go for it.
Dog inside. Want me to put it down? All three backside, I think, guys.
Fight.
Yeah, down. Back right.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
Nice play. Tyson, you're a fucking genius.
Now, if there is one thing Sentinels are good at, it is retakes. Sassy prowled close after they smoked the choke, then John QT smoked mid-sight, but at the same time, Tens teleported, Sassy's second prowler locked on a Killjoy, and John QT's molly landed, setting Tens up to clean up nicely. Karmine Corp had a pretty good game plan for the Rico. They wanted to take Mound, but Sen knew that and countered it pretty well. So since the defense are contesting this area, Karmine's backup plan was to push up B, force this player back with a Prowler, and pinch these two players. But Sentinels felt this coming.
They haven't cleared Martin.
Oh, way! Tens! Adjustment of a lifetime. Snappy and...
The defense essentially pinched the pinch. Then this next round was kind of a cluster. Karmine went A with their Fatals, and then Zelsis tried to bunker down backside with his Odin, but he got pushed back and barely escaped the Smolly. But this retake had so many wild parts. Both races passed by each other like two ships in the night, then Zekin didn't clear this box, and eventually Shin had his turn on the rope, and it was just chaos.
Oh, but this player's right behind him. They don't have a clue. Shut down. Close to the corner is Shin surviving, keeping his team alive in this round. It could go in any direction. Do Sen expect it? Do Sen expect it? Do they expect it? They do not, John. Brought down. Angles watched. Forwards now. Sassy keen to take the fight, keen to trade it out. Through the box though. Couple of straight bullets and Sassy's dropped down. Everybody watching, and eventually adjustments are there.
Now that brings us here, where the Odin is getting put to the test again, while these four heavy fight Rebel to prevent what happened last round. But Karmine Corp are one off their showstopper, and they're grouped, ready to wreak havoc. Martin slingshots out of the buy phase and into Shin smoke, ready to swing off their haunt with a snake bite trapping any potential defenders. It scans nothing. Martin grabs his orb, and Zelsis starts to back up, realizing how screwed he is.
Boombot. Let's wave a util to dissuade it with the nanoswarms, both of them being deaded, and Celsius putting the Odin to good work. Look at that, spraying through into the angle. Timing. Both double swinging through, but they're vulnerable up now. The nade goes flying forwards. A connection. Celsius couldn't withstand it.
The Odin couldn't get one this time and got spammed back. But this persistent bullet barrage has forced Karmine to burn their lockdown. Just look at the rotates. If they didn't use this ult, Sentinels could flood out and retake while they were trying to plant. This big lockdown forces the defense back, but Tens gets an idea. He tells his teammates to funnel through spawn while he posts up on door. When they're retaking, his plan is to hit the switch, rip his paranoia, and crunch the attackers on sight.
Well, looks incredibly favored, at least with the ults. Horns. What's the back? Sentinels are already in. Showstopper, no one to break it. Couldn't let loose with the Prowler defuse burning away. Half into it, it's a gamble. John QT.
When is he going to blind?
He finds it, still 4 versus 4. What other util do they really have? They've got to play it side by side. Time working against them. Paranoia, Tens went in for the timing. He flips the switch and now moves forward. But so do Karmine Corp. So do Karmine Corp. In complete control of the front section of the site, and a decision is made for him. John QT.
But this changed once they realized that Karmine didn't plan for sight, but instead Mound. This forced Tens to wait for his teammates to clear sight before then trying to fight Mound. But the trade of utility and Poison Orb slowed down Sentinels. They were forced to rush, where Karmine took advantage by winning their duels and then the round. Sentinels still have full faith in their Odin. 4A, no Alarmbot on B, but a full Killjoy setup on C, hoping that this beast can do major chip damage before their eventual retake. And Karmine Corp are headed straight for the wood chipper, with all 5 players grouping up Mound. Martin satchels into Shin smoke, the Haunt scans Mound, Viper's Molly clogs up main, and there is no chance someone can test this default. But Sentinels have taken Rebel with their own bombardment of utility. A is clear, now Sentinels start to shift over towards the left open B. On a map like Lotus, where you have to fight for map control, it's okay to leave a side open, as the time it would take for the attackers to punish this gap is just too long for it to matter. Sassy Prowlers just to be safe, but now Karmine are headed back to A after grabbing this ult orb. Now, this comp has a difficult time getting out of this choke point, so they elected to let Sentinels have this space early, wait for them to spread out, and then come back. But why can't this team get out to Rebel easily? Well, Jimmy, let me show you. Magnum slots his Alarmbot into their smoke to cap the area, and now we see the setup that Sentinels have left on A.
I'm going to use a molly to clear it. One way.
They do not like what they've seen.
No.
Smart move. Because Karmine don't have flashes, they can't really get through this one way, and we're about to get eviscerated by this paranoia. And no flashes means no shaking the defense's crosshair so that you can get out. So they're booking it back to their Killjoy and the space she's held on Mound, but they're headed right for the blunder.
See, Magnum did not give that one up already. Through forwards. Well, John QT. It's an unorthodox one, just playing closer to the pillar here. Now sets down a Viper's Pit. This is a difficult one.
Karmine lost one to spam, and this Viper's Pit is going to shred them harder. But this ult has one teensy-weensy sliver for narrate to plant in. By the grace of God, he gets it off, but time's up. All the spam has bought time for rotates again.
What chances do they have? What is the call to be made out forwards in front of it? Lucky to be alive. Still smokes on smokes. Who knows which direction this one's going to go into with a nightfall now. They don't know anything. Adjusting Magnum! That is disgusting. But Teets, he's forwards and through, eventually removing that pesky problem that is the IGL. 2 players, forwards to the rate, has fallen. Shen, last alive. John QT, miraculous with the movement.
Despite the miracle Magnum tried to pull off, John QT and Zelsis stalk long enough for rotates to come in and clean house. The game is starting to slip away. This is Karmine Corp's last chance if they want to avoid dropping onto an eco and blowing the series. But if they manage to convert, Sentinels should have to save next, giving Karmine a prime opportunity to tie the game. So they're all in. Everyone's forcing up, with her entry only armed with a stinger. But because she can close the distance with just a couple satchels, this should be an even duel for her. Now Sentinels are expecting a weaker buy, so are spreading out their setup, ready to respond to whatever the offense throw at them. With just a boombot, one way, haunt, Omen opens the door, teleports, and A is theirs. In the meantime, Karmine have slowly started to creep out in a mound, and Viper up B, she breaks a Prowler to keep the defense anchored. Zekken and Sassy form into a high-low setup, ready to combat a potential B hit. Remember, no flashes. Holding this wall is great. Tens is also solo holding Rubble, remembering that KC were too scared of commitment last round. And Zelsis' Odin setup is going to shred, especially now that Viper's here. And Karmine Corp have nowhere else to go.
Deep off angle, there was a chance it could have been punished, but safety for now at least, but the snakebite fades. And here's the second go of things. Prowler, satchels, up above, doesn't expect it, Stinger.
Martine double satcheled and stopped on top of these boxes to punish this Odin spam, and John QT is stuck in a pickle. He's surrounded, but he knows that he cannot die. His teammates are almost here, and if he can hold out for a second longer, his teammates can bail him out.
They don't have to sight just yet. They know what John QT is. John needs some help. John needs some help here. Swinging wide. Sassy will be punished for it. Casualty.
Viper's gotten out, and Sentinels have even the advantage, but Martine sacrificed this strong off angle in favor for the Odin. With it, he should be able to provide cover fire while Tamazi tries to plant.
Line of fire and a line of action here. It is a bit futile is what it feels like. Karmine Corp only just getting ground underneath them. Plant, paranoia, that forces it out, and a satchel forward, smoke fading away. Martine! Oh, he's on one right now, on for the ace. One more. We'll do it. John QT.
Spotted.
1v3. Spotted and shut down.
Combo this fat poison orb with a constant spray from this Odin, there was no way Sentinels were going to quickly retake. Karmine lived to see another round. Sentinels take a timeout to try and prevent this comeback. Man, my history class has lied to me. Since when did the French put up this much of a fight? Both teams are throwing the other for a loop. Because the offense had been avoiding A like the plague, they're grouped up here, ready to rumble, predicting that Sentinels won't think that they're headed this way. But Sentinels, despite constantly promoting their capsule all over the place, are broke. Zelsis doesn't have his Odin, so they're reverting back to a more traditional setup where his bots are spread out to hold map control so that his teammates can concentrate on fighting for Rubble. Karmine burst out of the buy phase behind a teleport, satchel, and haunt, but send counter with a boombot and scan of their own. Now Zekken puts on his Gopher cosplay and immediately burrows through secret, despite scanning 3 attackers. Why? Well, similar to Pistol Round, Sentinels are trying to create the illusion that A is stacked. By busting down this door, you create the possibility that the defense are setting up in crossfires like these behind this toxic screen. Or it's just a fast way to get to B. But Teets, can't the attackers just go through secret and split B themselves? Well, here's the thing. When you realize that Sentinels have their own lockdown online, their game plan makes a lot more sense. They aren't fighting with the Odin on C. The defense just need information. They can retake both of these sites and fight to the death on A. So Karmine don't realize it yet, but they're walking right into a death trap. Now, after spotting a bulk of the offense on A, Zekken quickly repositions through B, grabs his pal Omen, and they make their way all the way back on site. Sassy prowlers in front of the wall to make sure no one's leaked out, and then they turn their attention onto Tree.
Satchel in to clear that space and take up control of Tree. With them breaking the Prowler really does feel like an A hit, and it might still be so. Sees nade. Timing taken for it. Guess what? They want to go forwards! Second! That's a snake bite that takes him down.
There's so many layers to that.
Seas and paint shells to cover this half, paranoia to cover the other, and a generational Valorant talent to follow it up. Yeah, a retake like this will get you the player advantage. But now Karmine Corp are using the whole Sentinels left and are splitting B. At least that's what they want you to think. Killjoy Nano's waterfall, but sprints back to A. When she gets there, Tamazi opens the door, and Tens thinks to himself, they're planning B. There's no way someone's actually in tree.
Or something. What are KC cooking? They had a free B site to go for, and they're still going A.
Coming in, Ten just walks forwards for the information. He's brought down 3 versus 3 still. 2 players at the back of the site.
Tens got baited into Narrate's trap, and Karmine are now splitting A. This on-the-fly fake has Sentinels planted on site, not knowing what the offense are going to do next.
Still, 2 players at the back of the site. What is it called? Double face! And straight through and down!
Sassy and John QT have cleaned up the fake, but there's one more issue. Narrate tapped the spike B. He could be anywhere. So the anchor duo take refuge in tree, and Killjoy posts up, waiting for a wrap, while Narrate wanders around, looking for an opening. After not finding anything, he leaps onto site and taps as a desperate bait.
These players will be out wide and open! Unbelievable! This time!
Unbelievable!
Milliseconds available!
Celsius is miles away. The Nightfall going to confirm that he's not playing towards rubble.
Narrate, 9 bullets!
These 2 unfortunate kills gave Narrate his Nightfall, and without hesitating, he used it to give himself a solid idea of where Celsius had to come from. This round was that important, and again, Karmine, hang on. This 1 versus 3 was the worst case possible for Sentinels. Their money is now in the bin, and Karmine have bought an outlaw. Any angle that this guy scans is instantly dead. But just because you're down, that doesn't mean you're out. If there's one thing that's going to bail Sentinels out of this sticky situation, it's their constant movement and proactiveness. All the sheriffs are grouped up towards A, fighting the space first, then headed to B, and finally to C to try and fight the offense head on before they make it into sight. They start by dumping their nade Cs on A, and no one's there. Karmine start their trek up C, and Martine grabs a showstopper. Celsius hears this orb being snagged and calls it out. So the defense gloss over B, gambling that the offense won't hit this close range site and elect to group up on C. Karmine post up outside, waiting for an info peek from the defense as they know Sentinels have to do something, but nothing's happening. Finally, Ten smokes the entrance and Sentinels funnel inside. This round has now become a showdown. Which team is going to make the first move?
Forwards, haunt, broken.
4 in the smoke, guys, in the smoke.
Chill. Running away. Don't stay like
I can't.
bomb.
Guys, listen.
We're good.
130 and 80.
You can spam the smoke with the phantom. They took it. Nice. Play smart.
130.
Okay, how do you want to play this? Nice, good job.
Let's win this fucking game, Tyson. Let's go.
This haunt just saved this game for Sentinels. Their plan was to catch Karmine Corp while they were setting up for their execute. And if this haunt wasn't shot, Sen would just simply mosey on over somewhere else. You have to keep moving like this when you're on these low buys and catch the offense while they're sleeping. If you just sit back, you're going to lose. Here, the trigger got popped, so the paranoia tagged a bunch. Zekin whipped out a showstopper, got 2, and Celsius ran through with this prowler, and it's not like Karmine weren't ready for this push. As a matter of fact, they alarmbotted and mollied the entrance. But once all the smoke settled, Karmine were left with nothing. Match point. The Odin's back, but to close the map, Sentinels are throwing a new setup at Karmine Corp. Raze and Omen are fighting Mound. Viper is stalling on B, but is in a great spot to rotate off Heaven and support the Odin, who's finally on A. From this position, its options are endless. Punish the door switch, orb grab, secret pivot, or back up and spray them down as they're coming through tree, or in a pose plan. Now the offense have 2 steps to their plan, first of which securing rubble, and they've done so by creeping out behind their lurk wall, combined with a haunt. Celsius has opened the door to apply pressure like we've seen previously, but that's quickly canceled out with a prowler. But now Killjoy has noticed oh wow, John QT took like 2 shots through the wall, and Martine is down to 1 HP. Unlucky. But Magnum has called out that Sentinels have 1 Wade Mound, something they haven't done all game. And if defenders are here, this is going to tank step 2 of their game plan. So Narrate rotates over, Magnum nanos the entrance while the Prowler clears the area, and as soon as he starts grabbing this orb, their game plan becomes clear, and so does Sentinel's setup. Magnum walks up mound, slams his lockdown, but Zekin blasts it to smithereens. And now, when I first started breaking down this round, I simply thought, oh, they're just moving the Odin to a new spot. But this explosion made me think a bit harder. Magnum started the round 1 off his ult, and the 2 best places to use it are in A and C. B is okay, but when facing against an opposing lockdown, you're better off hitting these sites. But with the Odin on A and the paint shows on C, this setup becomes an anti-Killjoy ult setup. So Karmine's plan was to fake, the Sentinels had the perfect counter, but the rotates are coming anyway. A site is open for business.
Just from the minor amount of...
Take it. I'm gonna early ult, guys.
Yeah. No, he's gonna. Okay.
Get back, he's gonna ult it.
Oh shit.
He's trying to push heaven.
Hold.
Odin?
Might not commit.
But they're not.
We go fast, we go fast.
Timmy has made the ultimate sacrifice. Burning raises rocket. But Sentinels want to retake quick, not wanting Tamazi to spread out his ult. But it's too late. With a quick readjustment, Shin plants in the gas, and Viper has so much free real estate to ride around in. But this wall is pretty thin. Oh, Mr. Odin!
We can't spam.
No, right?
I have molly. I have molly right. I have molly right.
Tap. They use nade.
Okay, wait.
Can you wall?
Guys on late flank. I'll tap again, I'll tap again.
Yeah, I can wall.
Can you come
Through. On you, Jordan. Nice.
Get ready, put down wall.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Chill now, chill. Wait.
We can
Tap
keep
again.
spamming
Put
this.
down wall now, Do it, put down wall.
One shot.
on the left.
Short dead. Flashy tree. Stick, John. Let's fucking go, man.
Let's fucking go!
Yeah, I told you. That gun's nuts. But is it worse than the judge? Find out in this video here.